Every time you say, I know how to draw a nose, your nose grows a little bigger. At least that's what happened to Pinocchio. For the rest of us, our noses don't grow, but our stress level definitely do, the moment we try to draw one from a tricky angle. Let's be honest, drawing a nose is a nightmare. It looks simple, but it usually ends up looking flat as a cardboard. In this lesson, we are going to fix that by putting all the pieces together. We will start with the skull, build a simple 3D box for the volume, and then carve out the plane to make it look real. By the end, you will have a simple system to draw a believable nose with total confidence. The structure. Let's start where every nose begins, the skull. If you don't understand how the nose sits on the bone, no amount of shading will save your drawing. The nose area starts between the eyebrows at the spot called glabella. This is the transition area between your forehead and your nose. Just below it is Nasion, where the actual nasal bone begins. This nasal bone extends forward till 1/3 of the total nose length before turning into soft cartilage. On the sides, these bones connect to the upper part of maxilla, creating the side wall. Moving down, you will see a pear-shaped hole in the skull, called the piriform aperture. This opening is your key landmark. It tells you exactly how wide the nose should be. At the bottom center of this opening, there is a tiny bone projection that gives extra support to the cartilage and soft tissue. This is where the base of the visible nose anchors to the skull from below. Get these spots right and the rest is easy. The form. Now that the base is set, we need to box it in. Simply create a trapezoidal box-like shape that envelopes the entire nose. This is a simplified mass that captures the overall volume before we start worrying about anatomy or small details. One important thing to remember is that although the nose is attached to the skull at the anterior nasal spine, the visible nose extends much farther downward and forward because of the cartilage and soft tissue that forms the tip and nostrils. Make sure this extension is reflected in your envelope drawing. The planes. Once the box is ready, we can find the planes or different sides of the nose. If you look from the top, you will notice the bone area starts narrow, gets wider as it goes down, and then narrow again near the tip, creating a natural tapered effect. Just like a block of wood, the tip of the nose has top, a front, and two sides. The front plane faces towards the viewer, while the side planes turns away from the light, create a sense of volume. The nostrils are simply tucked into these sides area, and if you look at them from below, they actually forms the basic comma shape. Just keep in mind that this is a simplified model, not a medical diagram. The goal here is not to memorize every single contour, but to master these major plane changes so your shading makes sense. Everything you have learned so far will help you build the nose in its most basic form. In the next lesson, we will look at the actual anatomy. Understanding what lies underneath will help you create more realistic shapes and show you how the muscle changes the nose during different expressions. Until then, just focus on practicing the simple blocks and planes we covered today. The better you understand these basics now, the easier the anatomy will be later. See you in the next lesson.